That was called the page 18 exercise because it was on page 18 in our scale book in the Atlanta Institute of Music back in the 90s. That book was written by Sid Wolf, and we had to play that in all 12 keys every day, but you ascend one modal pattern and you descend the next. I was working out of the C major scale. Now, if you notice these notes that popped up on the neck, that's my Fishman Triple play synthesizer. So I have that going on. Then you can see the tab going on and the notation while I'm playing. Now this, you can also slow it down. You can loop it. You can do all kinds of stuff. Over here is my own program, Interval Matrix Pro. It's on the Apple Store. So we started with the 4 scale degree. Went 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's kind of important too to call out the interval names, and also it's kind of important to call out the note names. And I can switch between intervals and notes right here. See that? So F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And I go back to the intervals right there. Now, we have what's called relaxed control, okay? That is, you want to go at a tempo where you can hit the note on time every single time, and you want to cross pick everything, and you want to make sure that your note's correct, your timing's correct, all that. So we're going to do relaxed control. Now, I want to take a look. This is what I love about this program is it's multiple instruments, and I don't want to go off too much on an ADHD tangent because I can't do that. We're going to go to G major right here. So if I want to do this all over the neck, I could start it right here on the 7 and play this Locrian pattern here. And it's all about recognizing patterns. And speaking of which, I want to show you something really cool. What if I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 note for string major scale? 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay, so it's going to go something like something like that. I got screwed up in there. I'm really tired, y'all. But anyway, that's one way to look at the G major scale. Now, if I wanted to turn this into the G major pentatonic, I want to show you something really cool here. The only difference between a major scale and the major pentatonic, the major scale has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. This 4 and this 7 are both dissonant tones. In other words, they have to be resolved. Here's the 4 and the 1 together. And the 7's really bad. So what we do to get to the pentatonic scale, it is the major scale, but we get rid of all the dissonant tones, or both the dissonant tones in here. And this gives us more of a safe scale. Hold on, I'm going to chords here. Let me go to scales. So I want to look at the major pentatonic scale. And in here is the largest collection of scales you will ever find. These are all families, and there's the modes for everything. And man, this is like having an interactive grouping of scales and chords book, literally. It's got every chord you could ever imagine. So check this out. I want to go to G major pentatonic. See that? So I went from the major scale to the major pentatonic. Now I have eliminated that 4 that was right here and that 7 that was right here. So we're kind of simplifying this. And now we have the pentatonic is one of the best scales for a beginner to use because you don't have any bad notes really that you can land on. So something else I want to show you too is the relative minor to the major. The relative minor is always a 6 away. So a major 6 right there. So G and E, or we could just go back 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3 is open, E. So E is your relative minor to G. So what that means is you have the G major pentatonic right here, or major scale, and then you go back the equivalent of 3 half steps or 3 frets, which would be open, here you have the E minor pentatonic. Now, what that means is if I'm playing a G chord, I could play that E minor pentatonic over it, and I'd be in my relative minor, and I'm in a relatively safe space. Anyway, if you want to learn more of this stuff, I have a special right now at Skool, SKOOL.com/Shawn Lane. That's right, I said Shawn Lane, because Shawn Lane was probably the most amazing guitarist to ever live. And I just happened to be his tech and student. And I met Shawn when I was a student at the Atlanta Institute of Music. And one of my professors, Sid Wolf, well, he was a professor there. He started taking lessons from Shawn. And he and Shawn started developing a curriculum. And that's what we're teaching now, because me and Shawn later started developing that same curriculum. And it is a different way of looking at the guitar. But I also have all the fundamentals in there. It's on sale right now for the end of January 2026 for $29 a month. You need to lock those rates in. It's only $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. That's less than the cost of one guitar lesson. There's a free section in there too, but I'm telling you, the paid students, you get to unlock everything, and you get weekly lessons with me and or Sid. We're going to be on there at least a couple times a week, giving advice and everything, and I'm on there all the time. But it's a really cool concept. It's a really good community. If you're interactive and you want to be a part of it, then join it. If you just want to sit back and watch, man, I mean, it's, we want people that are going to be interactive in there. And then also Interval Matrix Pro. This is it right here. It has a very comprehensive, let's look at all these scale families, major scales and modes right here. Let's look at this. Natural minor, harmonic minor in modes. Oh, look at that right there. Melodic minor in modes. Oh, the melodic minor. Hungarian minor in modes. Oh, look at that right there. Beautiful. Neapolitan minor in modes. Then we have pentatonic scales, which are 5-tone scales, right? And then over here we have blues scales, which are variations of the pentatonic. And I have more of those coming in. And then we have the harmonic major in the modes. And then the double harmonic and modes. So that's the Byzantine scale. Then the Neapolitan major in modes. Then we have the diminished scales. So the whole half and the half whole. Then we have the whole tones, which are just one of those. It's the whole tone scales, equal distances. Anyway, so there's only two of them. And then we have exotic scales, symmetrical scales. Those are pretty cool. And then you got exotic scales. Look at all these. This is all really, really cool stuff over here. And then we have a new section, the Indian Ragas. Check this out, y'all. Look at all that right there. And speaking of which, we have a whole world section. And then you can also make your custom intervals in here. You can save your favorite ones to favorites. And you pick your key, pick your scale, pick your instrument. And man, this is a game changer. I mean, it really is. And also you can pick your chord. It's got the chord tones everywhere. This is called Interval Matrix Pro. And it is an amazing, amazing piece of software. It's an app, and no, I'm not a coder. Yes, I used AI to help me out. But what I am is a music educator of 30 years. And I used to carry around scale books and chord books and everything. This has it all. This is everything that a teacher would need. This is everything that a student would need. If I'm going into a session and they want somebody to lay a mandolin part and they're paying for that part, and there just happens to be a mandolin there, and they're like, yeah, man, we need somebody who knows how to play the G minor pentatonic in a mandolin. No, changed my mind to A. Okay, well, here's A right there. And I'm going to go over here to the mandolin. And I don't know how to play the mandolin, but there's a mandolin right there. And let me go to my scales. That's A major pentatonic. They wanted A minor pentatonic, right? So we're going to go over here. Oh, I've got all these opened up. I didn't shrink them down. But no problem. Oh, it is major pentatonic. All right. But there it is, laid out on the mandolin right there, folks. This is the coolest program ever. It's Interval Matrix Pro. So anyway, I'm Jimmy Hudson, and I approve this message. Let me know what you guys think of this new layout that I got here. And thank you all for supporting my channel, and thank you for checking out my Skool and Interval Matrix Pro. You have a great day.